Шановні колеги, ми
Dear colleagues, we continue our working day and I invite representative of the main intelligence department, Mr. Vadym Skybytskyi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to present to your attention a short briefing about situation in the occupied territory of Ukraine, in Donetsk, occupied territories of Donetsk and Luhansk Oblast. The situation in the hostility area continues to remain rather complicated and is characterized with the continued attempts to push out the Ukrainian forces from occupied territories near Avdiivka, Mariinka, Novotroitsk, and Svetlodarsk Bridge. Russian occupational troops continue to violate Minsk agreements about ceasefire. There is a very proactive work of reconnaissance group and drones. Also accumulated weaponry, ammunition, and active training of the military units. During the last days, we registered 39 facts about violation of Minsk agreements, about withdrawal of machinery. Thus, we registered 39 tanks around Gorlevka and some other. Also, we have registered self-propelled artillery near Gorlevka, Dakachaevsk, Donetsk, Sakhnivka, Sakhanka, Yasne. Also, the intelligence service of Ukraine registers along the contact line the MRLS system. Thus, in 35-kilometer area, we registered 80 facts of location of 22 MRLS systems hail near Gorlevka, Donetsk, Makiivka, October. This was informed to the OSCE mission. Russia continues to supply weaponry and military equipment to the territory of Ukraine, to the contact line. Thus, they supplied 1,100 tons of fuels and 260 tons of ammunition, not less than 10 MLRS HAL systems, not less than 20 tanks, 17 armored vehicles. They also make repairs of machinery. Also, we register the provocations of middle intensity. During the last week, we registered 393 fire exchanges and attempts of offensive activities. To compare, the last week there was 270, and the 2 weeks before 323. Artillery of 122 and 152 millimeters was used. The most complicated situation is near Svetlodarsk and Avdiivka industrial zone. Also, the situation worsened near Mariupol. Thus, near Vadym, 8 militants intensified their shellings of settlements between Shirokin and Novotroitsk. Also near Oktyabr and Novotavria, they brought howitzers of 122 millimeters and deployed the HAIL MLRS system crew. Also, the reconnaissance activities continues. They carried out not less than 32 flights of drones, including the four-post type of drone, which came from Millerova and Taganrog in Russia. Also, the summer military training continues in the enemy's military units. They carry out tactic trainings, also the fire training exercises, and use Terez, Markin, Uspensky, Perevalsky, and Novopavlitsky training fields because of the considerable lack of officers who could be commanders of the companies and units. They try to train these officers out of the local residents, and in order to provide this training, instructors from the Ministry of Defense of Russian Federation had arrived. And today they discuss how the delivery of training to the future young officers could be carried out as quickly as possible, and they could ensure early graduation of these courses by young officers. Also, our unit had registered 30 killed and 37 wounded servicemen of the Russian occupational troops. This difficult situation results in strengthened deserting from army. For example, as of today, we have registered 22 cases of deserters, and including Russian staff officers. Also, Russia is trying to prevent penetration of militants from 1st and 2nd Army Corps into Russian territory. They have established the special computer database and now track the movement of militants there. Also, our data suggests that 60% of the combat crews and reconnaissance groups had received training in Russian Federation. Thus, on June 22nd, the graduation of special training course by 80 snipers was registered near Blagodat. Also, the Russian Federation's plans to send new personnel to fill in the suffering demanding of the occupational troops. One more confirmation that this is Russian Federation. We would like to show you a picture of the commander of one of reconnaissance groups. Also, this picture reflects the activities of the reconnaissance group, which acted near Starognativka. The expropriated equipment and things prove that they were produced in Russia, that they were supplied to the militants in the occupied territories. The main intelligence department had determined those officers who are responsible for engagement and training of Ukrainian citizens in counter-Ukrainian fight and activities. This is Yefremov Alexei and Spiridonov Yevhen. The main intelligence department continues to gather information to identify those officers who directly participate in combat activities in the east of Ukraine. Thank you for your attention. This is all information as of today. Do we have any questions? To Mr. Skybytskyi. There are no questions. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues,